Today we're breaking down the current fees, splits, and cost structures of being with Epique Realty as it currently stands in 2026. Not just breaking down the current fees for regular agents with Epique Realty, but also for teams, whether you're an agent at the top of the team or an agent who is working on the team, and also breaking down their luxury agent fees and cost structure as well. So for the split with Epique Realty, you get 85% and 15% goes to Epique Realty of what you make. So you have a 15% commission split. However, this does cap at $15,000. And there is a declining cap with Epique Realty. So starting from the first day that you join Epique Realty, you start at a $15,000 cap. Then after 1 year, that resets and you then have a $14,000 cap. Then that continues to go down each year until it goes down to a $10,000 cap. Then from there, it stays at $10,000 for as long as you're with the company. So that's a nice benefit for agents who are joining the company and who are going to stay with the company long term. It's like getting a raise each year that you're with the company, assuming that you're hitting that cap and assuming that you're a high performance agent. And if you're a newer agent, then that allows you some time to build up. And then by the time you're hitting your full potential, you'll be hitting that lower cap at maybe $10, $11, $12, or $13,000, maybe $14,000, depending when you start to hit that cap. So that's the commission split and the declining cap with Epique Realty. Then they also have an annual fee. And there's two different ways that they do the annual fee. So the annual fee either can be $149 a month, or it can be $99 a month paid all in front in 1 year. So you're paying the full amount for 1 year at $99 a month, or you're paying $149 a month each month as the months go by. So it's quite a bit cheaper, $50 less a month if you pay the full year in advance with Epique Realty. And that annual fee covers everything that they provide as far as technology and all of the training and resources and everything that they offer and provide to agents for free. There's a lot of really great free tools for that monthly cost that you in turn get for that monthly fee. And then with Epique Realty, there is a transaction fee. That one can get a little bit complicated. It is 0.1% of the final sale price. So if it's a $500,000 home, it'll be a $500 transaction fee. And that caps at $500. So if it's a $600,000 home, it'll still be a $500 transaction fee. Even if it's a $2 or $3 million home, it still would be a $500 transaction fee per transaction. And that is on top of the split. So you pay the split when the transaction closes, and then you also pay the transaction fee as well. And then if it's a lower price home for $200,000 or $300,000, it would be a $200 or $300 transaction fee. And then each year there is a cap for this as well, similar to the splits. Instead of it being a declining cap, this is just a $5,000 cap. And once you hit that cap in your anniversary year, each year with Epique Realty, once you hit that cap, then it goes down to a $250 cap, not including your splits. If you pay in $5,000 for transaction fees, then your cap goes down to $250 for your transaction fees for each transaction. So if it's a $250,000 house, it would be a $250 cap, as it would be anyways, but any price above that would still be a $250 cap until the next year with Epique Realty. And then there is a $99 startup fee to help get you set up and for onboarding with Epique Realty. So it's just a one-time $99 startup fee, basically like the monthly fee. So basically, if you're paying for your first year all in advance, you're basically paying 13 months for your first year at $99. Is kind of the way I thought of it when I first joined, unless you're paying $149 a month and paying on a month-by-month basis. And then with Epique Realty, there's really no other fees as far as like hidden fees. You don't have to pay extra desk fees or office fees or any of that brick and mortar type of fees that they tend to have in that type of fee structure. And you also don't have to pay for E&O insurance. Epique Realty covers and provides that, and you don't have any type of fee for that. There's also no annual or quarterly fees on top of your technically monthly fee. You can of course pay it annually for a lower rate, but there's no additional fees for any of that, and there's no mentorship fee. For new agents, sometimes with other brokerages, they have fees for getting mentored and trained and started. There's no fees with Epique Realty for that. You get free mentorship for life as long as you are an agent with Epique Realty, and there's no additional fee for that as well. So that is really nice to have that all included in your splits and in your annual fees. It's all pretty straightforward and pretty affordable, especially for everything that Epique Realty provides as far as benefits that I run through and break down on this channel as well. When it comes to teams, traditional teams have a slightly different cost structure from traditional agents. So the team members on a team get a reduced cap automatically. It's $10,000 without having to wait for it to decline. And then they have a monthly fee of $99 a month without having to pay annually. Outside of that, for team members, it's pretty much the same as the regular fees and cost structures. And for the team leader, then it's still the $15,000 cap with the declining cap down to $10,000 and the $149 monthly fee with the traditional fees for Epique Realty agents. However, with the agents on their team having to pay less into the company, that allows them to be able to charge a little bit more and to allow them just to make a little bit more money across the board on team members without team members having a hard time making enough money off of each transaction. And then for power teams, agents who are on a power team only have to pay in $5,000 as a cap with that 15% split. So that's half of the rate of what agents have to pay on a traditional team. So this helps power agent team leaders to be able to make even more money potentially and be able to have an even broader split potentially, or just for agents on that power team to be able to make more money because they're paying less split to the brokerage and just allowing them to have fewer fees as well. For the agents who are leading the power teams, they have still that $15,000 declining fee structure down to $10,000 with the 15% split. However, the one thing that's different is that the monthly fee is now $99 a month for the power team leader. And then for family teams, it's a $15,000 cap for both members, but then there's a $99 fee per month for both members. So if it's a family team and it's 2 members, both members would have to pay $99 a month, but then there's a $15,000 cap for both of them. And this is only available for 2 people. So it's a pair team, a family team, and it's traditionally a spouse couple, but it also could be a brother, sister, or some type of related family team. So with the family team, you automatically get a $15,000 cap. You don't have to both pay in $15,000. It's basically as if you're one person. However, that cap does not decline down to $10,000. But between 2 people, it's basically you both have a $7,500 cap at that point. And then for the luxury agents working in Epique Estates, they have a split of 15%, and that's on a continuing basis. So there is no cap in that case, but they're still paying that 15% split on an ongoing basis. And then for transaction fees, it's $450 a month at a flat rate. And then that caps at $5,000 without having to pay any extra into transaction fees once you cap each year for the transaction fee. So it's not like the other cap where it goes down the fee that you pay for each transaction, but it's just a cap where you no longer have to continue paying into that once you hit that each year. So the flat rate is a little bit more predictable and a little bit more consistent. There is no cap on the 15%, But on the transaction side, it's always $450. You're not going to have to pay $500 on some transactions and then less on others. It's going to be $450 continuously until you hit that cap each year. And that just makes it a little bit more consistent on the luxury deals. And that can be good if you're wanting to put the transaction fee towards your buyer or seller and have them pay that fee, because then it's a consistent basis and that makes it a little bit more simple. And if you're at those higher price points, that also could save you a little bit of money, as opposed to having to pay $500 every transaction until you cap. You're only paying $450, which isn't a lot, but then once you cap, then you don't have to pay any more into that. And then additionally, you of course would have to spend more on the split in return. So it is a little bit more expensive, but there is more benefits as far as getting luxury leads and referrals in that program. I do have a video that breaks down the Epique Estates program for luxury agents working in Epique Realty that breaks down that entire program and what that offers as far as agents who want to join that program. So those are the overall cost structures and fees and what Epique Realty charges for agents who are with the company, who are within Epique Realty. It's a pretty simple cost structure. There's not really any hidden fees. It's all very straightforward. And in my opinion, for what you get out of Epique Realty, and I think that the cost structure of Epique Realty, especially for the benefits you get, is one of the things that I like and many agents like working within Epique Realty. If you're interested in joining Epique Realty, you can contact me directly and schedule a call with me. And I have information about how to onboard linked down below as well. You can watch a video that walks you through the whole process of joining Epique Realty. That's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.